Check it with the new.
Whoa, that was amazing. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of REV's Random Bracket Battles. I am your host, Mr. A.A. Ron. Please give it up. Give your digital or your real-life applause to the amazing Tvshka for putting that together. That was insane. That was the second time watching it, and I'm still just, it's so good. So thank you very much to him. Hi, everybody. This is just Random Bracket Battles. I got no theme today. I jotted down a lot of movies from last week's episode, and Tvshka is just going to go ahead and pick 8 from those, and that's how we're going to do this. So keep it random, keep it bracket, and keep it battling. That's what we do here. So, Tvshka, sir, whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and hit those up.
Yeah, sorry. Hey, we're going to go ahead and do Blade and Parasite.
Blade. Oh, man. That's incredible. Blade and Parasite. Wow. How do you... Gee, damn, man. All right. Let's go ahead and hydrate before we get into this. So, obviously, with them just being so vastly different from one another, you can't go, okay, you gotta compare this into this. The only way you can do that is go by actor, director, maybe story-wise or stuff like that, but you can't go into the specifics of these stories because one is so articulate and has so many like woven in together meshes of just all these fantastic characters and great actors to lead you all this way into this snake-like mind fuck that is a movie, and then you get to the end and you're just like, what? And the other one's Parasite, which is obviously another way of saying I fucking love Blade. I love that character. I mean, you go ahead and bring him to DCU, or excuse me, go ahead and bring him to the MCU. If it's not Wesley Snipes, it's not Blade to me. It's just going to be, well, that's that actor. And apparently, unless I heard wrong, it's supposed to be Mahershala Ali. I don't think that's going to be, even if it is, it's not going to be Blade. Wesley Snipes is always Blade for me. But getting off of that, I remember the first time, I'm not going to get into it because I'm going to save it. But then, I mean, Parasite is a damn good movie. I know I just made a little joke about it right there, but exactly what I said applies to Parasite just as much. It is a fantastic story, fantastic. And I've heard a lot of people say that the ending is more of a fantasy or a dream or really didn't happen. Basically, it wasn't reality. And that, the son got the house and he got his father back and he got his father out of the house and everything like that and blah, 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 happy ending. Even if I heard that was fake, there's still a part of me that goes, I don't care. It's a great ending to a story. Plus, I really don't see no evidence in being told that it's a fantasy. I mean, unless I missed something huge. But, I mean, oh, my goodness. Can't remember the director's name. It's at the tip of my tongue. I keep on saying Ki Hu Kwan, but I know that's not it. Anyways, it'll come to me. He did. After watching Snowpiercer, I'm on board with whatever this director wants to do. His eye is John Woo minus Doves plus Christopher Nolan. Does that make any sense? Like, that's his equation to how he looks at movies, how he looks at filmmaking. Damn, man. The only reason that this doesn't go forward is because Parasite just has not had that many years behind it of nostalgia and just revisiting it, I can't tell you how many times I've watched Blade. I can tell you I've only seen Parasite once. It affected me. I can still see it. I remember watching it during COVID, so not long after its release. But Blade, man, I've been a fan of that since, I don't know, early 2000s. I didn't see it out in theaters. I remember my cousin renting it VHS, and I was just in love with it. And then the second one came out, I'm like, how the fuck is this better? This list of just sequels are better than the originals. It just keeps moving up. Yeah, that's incredible. So I'm gonna have to kick Parasite off and continue on Blade. I hate to do that, but the people who understand it and love that movie just as much as I do, or at least just have a respect for it, I'm sure you can understand. Even if you are the side that Parasite should win, you can hopefully understand why I'm taking this decision. So Parasite is out, and Blade is moving forward. Plus, every time I think about Blade, of Ben Stiller, this is Blade, Laser, Blazer, and of course Michelle. So all right. What do we got next? What we got next, my man? That's a tough cut. That's a tough cut. We got, all right. Damn, man. Ted versus Creed 2. I think I have an idea on which one is going to go on, but just like this show entails, I'm going to have to talk about it in order to come to that decision. Because Ted's a funny movie. It's also the fact of, it feels like a cheesy Family Guy episode that just so happens to be 90 minutes long. And to all my Family Guy lovers, there are jokes that are in there that just sell. And then there's jokes that's like, okay, that is a Family Guy joke, but why is it not hitting me? Gift Taylor, if you're listening, I know what I mean. Where there's just like fucking hitters. And then here's the same equation, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't sell it. Most of those jokes are what makes Ted a comedy. For instance, when he goes in and when the manager of the store that Ted works at, he says Ted just basically says, oh, that's it. The manager catches Ted and Brittany, Tiffany, his blonde girlfriend in having sex, and then the manager is rightfully so asking Ted, why the hell did you do that? And without just stern glaze right in his eyes, I fucked her with a parsnip, then sold it to a family with 4 small children. And he goes, you got guts. You're promoted. It's just like, okay, that sells. There's other like little jokes that don't get there for me. Like if that is your strongest one you can go with. And I have to say, seeing Mark Wahlberg in 2012 playing what should be a 35-year-old, that shit ain't selling for me either. 5 years before that, he was in Date Night with Tina Fey and Steve Carell. There's a scene where Tina Fey, where they need help. So Tina Fey knows a guy, Mark Wahlberg, and Carell has never met this dude. So he opens the door, and it's Mark Wahlberg with his shirt off, and he looks good, but like clearly 40 years old, good. So he can't sell me 5 years later for him to be 5 years younger. That doesn't make any sense. So even 3 years before that in Four Brothers, he clearly looked like he was in his late 30s. And he looks at and plays it perfectly. That's not a 20-year-old. That's not an early 30-year-old. That is a late 30-year-old man. I feel like people who are around my age or just in their 30s or past their 30s can understand that your 20s are there for you to fuck up. Once you get to your 30s, you got your fuck up years. Okay, this is why I messed up, and you're moving on, and That's what I see from him. If he wasn't in Ted, it might be a better fit for me. It might be. I don't know who else to put in there, but I feel like he got this because of the other guys. But that's all I'll say about that. However, Creed 2, I don't know how I don't like this movie. All the ingredients are there for me. I mean, first of all, fucking legitimately, Apollo Creed is not with us anymore. So rest in peace, the amazing, the almighty Carl Weathers. Cheers to you, sir. Thoughts and prayers to him and his family. That one hit hard for me today. So legitimately, Apollo Creed is not with us anymore. And with the story of Ivan Drago and Victor Drago and all that amazing scene when you see Ivan Drago and he's in Adrian's and Rocky comes up to him and all Ivan Drago says is no pictures of me up there. Rocky goes right back. Well, I don't like thinking about that. What do you want? And I mean, when Creed gets his he's pissing blood after their first one, like this dude really needs to get his shit together. It's kind of like a mix of Rocky 2 and 3. The part that I really don't like is when they have when he has his baby girl, the whole subplot side of, well, is she going to have what Tessa Thompson has of no hearing? And it turns out, yeah, she's not going to hear. It's just like, that's sad. That's very sad. Not just in a movie, that real life, that's terrible. But we're talking about a movie here, so what does this have to do anything with what's going on in Creed's life right now? Like, I don't understand why you're going to add this in. It does nothing to the film. It doesn't help it out at all. I mean, if there was like a connection of, Victor said some shit about my daughter or whatever, then I can understand of him motivating him in order to do that. Like, hey, we lost all our money and my daughter needs this surgery. Well, the only way to get this money is to beat Victor. Now I have a reason to do it. But they don't even do that because he already has money. So who gives a shit? I can't drop this feeling that part wasn't in there. It would be just as good as my second favorite Rocky movie in that franchise, Creed. Easily number 2. So the fight is obviously good, but only the first one. When he kicks his ass again, you would have to pay respect to Rocky 4 without paste or copy and paste that fight, or at least the dance that Rocky and Ivan had in Rocky 4. So obviously you couldn't do that. You can kind of modernize it, but that's basically what it's going to be. David and Goliath, but David, got some balls on him and is hitting with rocks, is hitting with boulders. It's not a boulder. It's a rock. So, man, this is tough. I think because of one character who I have not mentioned, because of Giovanni Ribisi being painstakingly hilarious in every scene he's in. You don't like him because he's an asshole, but just simply holding his drink and just dancing in front of the TV, it makes this the win. He's hilarious in this, so I gotta kick Creed off. And yeah, like even the Creed 2 montage, okay, cool. He's stepping this tire and get hit and hit back. All right, how do you not make that interesting? I'm a Dragon Ball Z lifetime fan, so the montage is the greatest thing. Even though Dragon Ball Z doesn't have any montage, so really I'm just talking about them fighting. But like that's your point to fucking sell us, and you're not getting us hyped for the that's your MC before your main headliner of this fight. So it's. That movie should work, and it fucking doesn't. It pisses me off. Ted is moving on. All right, this is fun. Winner is Ted? Yes. Justin, how's it going? And I saw Saul in there before. Saul, yeah, here we go. What's up? Thank you guys very much for joining us. Bracket time, Amber. And Okay, I smoked a little joint today, and I am just out there right now. I am fucking, call me Stormbreaker, because this iceberg, it's not the iceberg, it's the Bifrost. Jesus Christ, it's just taking me to like fucking different dimensions right now. So what are our next two? I gotta keep this ball rolling. Oh wait, I gotta hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some paper in. Are you fucking serious, dude? Are you fucking serious? Oh, Jesus Christ. So 50 Shades is up here. Okay, 50 Shades of Grey versus Crazy Stupid Love. Okay? Okay, so that's up. Can everyone see that? That's 50 Shades, Crazy Stupid Love. Okay, here's the marker. You ever heard the jackhammer? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Are you fucking kidding? You should honestly, I love you. You should honestly put that logo up only if it would have a gigantic X made out of dildos, fittingly, over 50 Shades of Grey. Fuck 50 Shades of Grey. That whole trilogy is dog shit, and my thoughts and prayers go out. And I know I just said that about Carl Weathers, so this feels doubly disrespectful, but thoughts and prayers to anyone who had to watch those movies in order to get reviews out. Crazy Stupid Love is fucking amazing. I don't even have to defend it. So let's go over here and just dog shit all over this. This fucking movie makes no goddamn sense. First of all, some dumb bitch read Twilight and thought, man, that's good. And then said, I could probably do that too. Well, there's no vampires. So instead, this guy is going to just take control of me, you know, in every sense of the way. My free will, my apartment. Hey, I'm not going to have these books, bitch. You are going to take them because Peppa Jack says he's going to take them, okay? I'm an entrepreneur. Remember that joke, Sunny in Philadelphia, where Charlie can't say philanthropist? I'm a full-on rapist. Well, both of those terms apply to Christian Grey, because that's exactly what he is. He finds lonely, sad girls. I mean, who hasn't? Valentine's Day is coming up, guys. Single ladies are gonna be mad. They're gonna be sad. They're easy for the picking. I apologize. That was a joke. That was a joke. But this guy takes those kind of women, brainwashes them, and says, like, he's a fucking drug dealer. He says, let's have just a little bit of sex, and then you're going to be coming back for more because daddy's got the goods, right? I have a red room, and the red room is a bad room because that's when bitches get spanked. Are you fucking kidding me, man? This dumb broad writes this fucking movie and just writes this book and says, so it's kind of like Twilight, except instead of biting me, he's going to hit me real hard and use anal plugs. The best thing that came out of this entire thing, forgetting the movie, is having a video of Gilbert Gottfried making an audiobook out of this. Do it right now. Please go over there and watch it. It's hilarious, and that's exactly what that book deserves, because this poor girl has no goddamn choice in her mind at all. I didn't watch the other two. I read 50 Shades of Grey because I already read Twilight. I'm going, you know what? Fuck it. I already hate myself. Let me just go ahead and put myself through more of this. I would have rather stapled my nutsack on some sandalwood droppings while a professional dart player would, at the same spot, just keep hitting the same place in my dick just to. Daddy's gonna get real good at fucking target practice. Boom! Got the shaft again! And it's a small target. This movie sucks so much. Like a vacuum cleaner warehouse doesn't suck as much as this movie. Fuck this movie. Like, going up to her friend, you need to get the hell out of here. Why, man? I'm just her friend. Because she's my woman. Do you understand I'm not trying to fuck her? That even if I would, she's not going to go for me, dude. What fucking threat am I? And maybe I have some emotional ties to that because I was the guy getting like manhandled by the other dude. But it's like, dude, I just try to titty fuck her. I'm not trying to penetrate her. That's it. That's it. Moving on, please. Get it off the screen. Fuck this movie. It's so stupid. Winner apparently is. Okay, two good things came out of it. The Weeknd's "Earn It" is a fantastic song. It's a fantastic song. I don't care who's in the car. If that movie comes on shuffle, I don't care if it's my wife. I don't care if it's one of my children. I don't care if it's a grandparent. I don't care if it's a friend. I don't care if it's literally my boss training me in my CDL truck with a new job. If that song comes on, I'm turning it up and I'm singing it. And that really happened with my trainer. And now I got a new trainer. Never seen Crazy Stupid Love. Oh, love Crazy Stupid Love. It's fantastic. But more on that later. Tvshka will always be my daddy. Sheila, yes, sir, Big Daddy. Can you take Django here and show him all the nice, pretty little stuff? Yes, Big Daddy. What's the name of that? What's the name of that little peckerwood? His mama worked by the glass store. Oh, you mean Jerry? That's it. You know Jerry, don't you, sugar? Yes, Big Daddy. Well, there you go. You treat Django just like you would Jerry. What's wrong with my clothes? You mean you really want to wear those clothes? Great fucking movie. Moving on. Oh, shit. Oh, come on, man. That's a good one. I apologize. I know it's getting old for me, too, to be like, oh, I gotta fucking do this. I actually love stuff like this, so I apologize. Because I'm starting to hate for me to do that, too. Like, oh, I gotta fucking do this. Thanks, you dickhead. No, this is a great one. Which one came first? I know it doesn't matter. How do you spell it? Memento. Like that French joke when Joey is having that interview. Yeah, I try to be a mento to these kids. A what? Mento. A mento? Yeah, like a role model. So stupid. 8 Mile! Spaghetti, spaghetti, spaghetti! Yo, that sounds wonderful right now. Dude, with like a little bit of wine and the perfect meat sauce. Oh, God. I mean, I know I'm high, but you can never go wrong with... They go together like lamb and sour chops. Hey, you're in America, man, so stop with that shit. Would you prefer spaghetti and meatball? Yes. How is that the only good role Schneider has ever done? All right. 8 Mile versus Memento. Again, obviously very two different movies. 8 Mile is exactly what you wanted to see if you were a follower of Eminem and heard his music and listened to his music and were a fan of him before this movie came out. Forget the director's name, but also directed LA Confidential, which is another fantastic movie. I forget his damn name, and I'm so sorry to him. But he's dead too. Everyone died today. Fantastically directed, though. And I didn't notice, and I'm sure a lot of people didn't until the MCU, that fucking Anthony Falcon is in this movie. I never even recognized him. Like, I can't remember anything he's in. I didn't know he was in the game that long. So I had no idea from 2002 to 2014, which is when Winter Soldier comes out, Falcon's debut, what he did throughout those years. I have no idea. I can't think of one movie, and I've never given a shit to look. So, I'm not to say he's bad. He's a great actor. He's hilarious. He looks like a fucking bro. He carries himself like a good dude. but I don't give a shit about his filmography other than the MCU and this movie. This movie's fucking great. Anyways, if you heard Eminem, especially, well, he only had, I can't remember what came out. I don't know if was it White America? No, excuse me. The Eminem show with the red curtains. Either that came out first or this movie came out, but they were both the same year. Because 2004 was Encore, but 2002 was for sure Eminem show, which personally is my favorite album of his. I mean, you can make an argument for Marshall Mathers LP. Now, that's a great fucking record. But anyways, moving on. You listen to Slim Shady LP and Marshall Mathers LP, you get an idea of what this guy went through. Like his upbringing. He talks a lot about his past in his, especially those two records. He talks a lot about his past. So when this movie came out and you saw the trailer, and you heard, if you were just told what this movie was about, you would have an idea of, okay, but to not only see it and be, that's exactly what I knew it was like, but for the movie to be so good, especially him, especially Eminem acting, that being fucking so damn good that it exceeded your expectations at the same time meeting your bar. It's such a weird like angle caveat of expectations, and it's a lot. I know personally, I go back to it a lot. I mean, man, if you're gonna have the same guy that does LA Confidential, and you're gonna bring anybody that would fit in this story, it damn sure isn't gonna be Guy Pearce. It for damn sure is gonna be Russell Crowe. It is Kim Basinger though. She is wonderful. She's fucking amazing. She knows poor white trash so good. She got that down to a fucking T. Guaranteed. Everyone knows her. Like, when Jelly Roll sings his songs, that bitch comes into my mind. You know what I mean? Like, clearly it's her. And then a young Michael, kind of. I don't know how old he was, maybe in his 30s. A young Michael Shannon just being beautifully as, like, the piece of shit, sorry, like, just the biggest idiot boyfriend that's just a dick to Rabbit, because he can be, and why not? Because your mom's fucking me, and without me, you ain't got nothing. And then fucking Brittany Murphy's in this shit too, man. She's fantastic. She is an underrated actress. Everything that she was in, Just Married, 8 Mile, Sin City, Little Black Book. She's got a fantastic filmography. Memento, technically, is Christopher Nolan's his feature film. In festivals, I'm sure he took the following with him. I do not consider that a movie. One of my favorite animated movies is Page Master. That shit is 57 minutes long and some change, but not a lot. It's not 57 and a half minutes. It's under that. So I consider an hour and 15 minutes a movie. He cuts it short by 14. That's how I interpret this, not how I've been told. So therefore, Memento is his first one. Kind of like, oh, son of a bitch. He's Swedish. He did the two Shazam movies. He directed Lights Out, but he also directed that short that basically became Lights Out. To me, Nolan's following is that short. And then this is the legitimate Light Out or Memento. Get that out of the way. Who the fuck's all this coming? Speaking of Guy Pearce, my God, I don't think I've ever seen him in another great role. I feel like this is his best thing he's ever done. I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying anything bad about him, about his massive talent. I'm saying that's a hard hurdle to jump over because he set the bar so high for himself. He basically Bela Lugosi'd himself. The only difference is he keeps getting work. And he isn't dead either. There's a fucking theme today. Dude, fantastic story. I feel like I don't have to really defend it against 8 Mile. But 8 Mile was really good. But, let's be real here. it's Christopher Nolan, man. I can't remember the director's name. I'm not saying that's the push for me to go to this side. I'm just saying maybe, no, for sure, only 2 films of Christopher Nolan's. If it was replaced here, it would go to 8 Mile. Those 2 films are Dunkirk and Tenet, because I try to just understand, to not to just understand it, but to force myself to be entertained by it, but I can't. And Dunkirk is just pick a fucking person and just focus on them. I can't spread my love 3 different. You asked me for sex, and I'm going, okay, 1 ass. Then this crazy bitch is going to bring 3 other friends and go, now please us all. That's basically what no one fucking did. Of just, you got 4 of us, do what you wish. Like, do what I wish. I'd rather just be in the corner while all of you did yourself, and then I'm just going to splooge on my chest and go, all right, night, ladies, there's hoagies in the kitchen. Like, you're asking way too much of me, man. I ain't fucking Johnny Sins. I know who that is. If we would all hit our history, something is going to come up. This has to go to Memento. I really wanted to talk about 8 Mile for a little bit because Marshall is fantastic in this. Yes, he's basically playing himself. Lose Yourself comes out on this, and it's, dude, that's arguably his best song. If not that, okay, arguably his best song from then on. Because Rap God is amazing. Son of a fucking bitch. I'm forgetting his new album. Not Fallout. Just Fall is fucking, dude. Rap Devil. Was it? No, Killshot. His return back onto MGK. Fucking brilliant. Dude. We haven't sent a text. I let some hickeys on my neck. Fuck you. So, dude, he can like diss you, do his flow, diss you in your own flow, and then get back to him. That's how fucking good he is, man. Winner is Memento, aka tattoos. I have tattoos on my shopping list. I can't remember. Shut the fuck up. It's a great movie, man. It's fantastic. I for a second I was kind of like, I mean, you can't not mention, is Aaron gonna lose himself? To God, that's brilliant. Shit. Fucking love weed. But fucking the ending rap where he disses himself, dude, it'd be a very different movie if they went first and they said all that shit. Now he's like, I got fucking nothing. Another good thing that came out of this, Tvshka and I were just talking about it. It made a haha in Scary Movie 3, so that was pretty cool. Tvshka, I'm gonna do it again. I'm sorry. When fucking Kevin Hart and Anthony Anderson are, they're so, Scary Movie 3 is underrated. When they're just like, when George is up there, just like, guys, you ever stop thinking we should stop living up here and start living down here? Why don't we just pick them over here, and move over there? Shit, man, my Sneaker used to live over there. Yeah, but I bet you got evicted though. Or for what? For rats. Rats, man. I thought she had mice. Oh, man, mice are inside, rats are outside. But if a rat goes inside to become a mouse, and the mouse goes outside to become a rat. Now, I mean, I never seen no mouse outside. Man, that's because it's a rat, fool. Damn, you know I made this fact just there. Fucking ridiculous. All right. 8 Mile is out. Memento is moving on. I'll put Mom. And then CLS. This is a banger list, dude. Hats off to Tvshka. This is a fucking banger list. I mean, clearly one that I'm like iffy on, but the other 3 could easily win it. Killshot meant MGK changed genres. Yeah. And now the motherfucker, I don't know if he's done or not, the dumbass went after the biggest rap star ever. I mean, let's be real, ever. The most popular at this time. Okay? Now you're going to fucking go after... Now you're going to go after Slipknot? I mean, Corey Taylor is basically Eminem. Midwest, rough upbringing. And he screams into a microphone, I want to slit your throat and fuck the wound. That is the first lyric from Disaster Pieces. Dude, what the fuck is the matter with you, man? Where do you go from that? Where do you go? I guess I'm going to have to quit music because they're just not going to send me a diss record. Clown is going to come over and just cut my fucking face off. You got a man... Sean, you have a man bun? Nah, just a leather face. Because he fucking... Dude, a young Clown would absolutely do that. Now Clown, you know, he's calmed down. Life has hit him. Life's been good to him. All right. Okay, but yeah, I'm waiting for you to fucking say something. Blade versus Ted. Okay, so I think we all know what's going to go on, but Blade's fantastic. I've already said that. Ted is... Again, if Marky Mark wasn't in there, I've been trying to think of somebody who could take his spot. So like a Boston dude. Honestly, I feel like it would have been a funnier movie if Matt Damon was in that role. I mean, I know he's around the same age as Mark. I think Mark is older by just a few years. I have no idea, but I would assume that they're both at least in their 50s. I feel like he would have been a better pick. He's got that fun. Dude, him and Thor, whenever he's making fun, I think he's dressing up as... Yeah, because Liam dresses up as Thor, so he dresses up as Loki. He fucking kills it in it. Not only that, but he's fucking charmingly funny in Dogma and anything that Kevin Smith basically touches that he's a part of. He's really... He gets his moments at Ocean 11. I mean, he plays it serious, but maybe it's just the director of Soderbergh of how it comes off. He is funny. He's a funny actor, dude. I feel like if he was in there, it would have been a better fit. So clearly I have a problem automatically with Ted. But not only that, like I said again, like just the jokes are kind of like a hooker shit on the floor. Like, really? You couldn't really do anything else? And they're all just sitting there not really saying anything. So why even have them? Ted gets hookers. Okay, well, where's the joke? Ted gets hookers. Well, you gotta have something else. Okay, one of them takes a shit on the floor. Really? Like, and Ted's not gonna help out? Like, he's just gonna let that happen? The friend that Marky Mark is saying that this friend is, I don't think would do that. I mean, y'all have been best friends since you were young, so let's just assume he had a brother, and the brother had some hookers over, and the hooker shit on the floor. The brother isn't gonna just fucking leave it there. It's gonna take... A best friend wouldn't just, this cocksucker, I'm gonna prank him. That wouldn't happen, man. I mean, obviously Blade is going on. It's just, it's a better construct. I got a lot of problems with Ted. Ted 2's a tad bit funnier. It's just the whole fuck Mila Kunis. For whatever reason, she was out of it. I don't know the reasons. I'm not going to pretend I fucking do. It was just weird to go from one love interest to another. However, I agree with it because I can't see Mark and Mila together. The only other film they've ever been in is Max Payne. That was way more of a pain for the audience than it was for her or for them. How the fuck do you take Max Payne and go, you know what the story is missing? Demons. Oh, fucking right. All right. Lord of the Rings, great trilogy. You know what's missing from that? Dragonborn. What? Yep. People shouting at this douchebag is going to shout at Aragorn and his clothes are going to fall off. Because why the fuck not? Because we're WB and we don't give a shit about our franchises. I know New Line Cinema made that franchise. I'm just fucking saying. Yeah, Blade's moving on. Wow, Blade made it to the finals. At the same time, it's declining. All right, so this one is easily the toughest one so far. Crazy Stupid Love versus Memento is a really, really hard. Okay, let's just talk it out. Crazy Stupid Love, Chris Evans with a Boston accent. Ah! Not that he couldn't do one, because he can easily do one. He's fantastic. Dude, him and Knives Out, so fucking good. I don't care what you say. The second one's better. Why give away everything when you were on such a great wall with the mystery? But a guy who writes mysteries. We're going to give you the answer before minute 30. And now it becomes more of a, hey, let's not find out what I know, but that's going to happen in like 15 minutes anyway, so now it's back to a whodunit. You took away all the momentum that was building up. You took all that away. You ripped the rug out from under us, and now you say, here's a new rug. Can you step on this? No! You lost my fucking trust, dude. Knives Out is great. If I'm thinking about it, it would make my top 5 of 2019, but like, it will never hit number 1 because you just gave everything away, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you're making a good point of why Last Jedi just fucking didn't work, because you don't fucking think of shit. But Glass Onion was fantastic, though. Glass Onion was superb. But I feel like that was more the actors, not the story. Just saying. I'm getting way off topic. I don't even know why I brought that up. Oh, because Chris Evans as whatever the fuck his name is in 10. Anyways, Crazy Stupid Love versus Memento. Crazy Stupid Love is my number 1 romantic comedy. Call it a chick flick. I don't give a shit. This is a true definition of a romantic comedy rather than a comedy with romance. Those are two very different things. The only one I can think of is Austin Powers, where there is The Spy Who Shagged Me, where there is romance into Felicity Shagwell. Felicity. Heather Graham. There is romance, but it's clearly a comedy. This is a romantic comedy because they never lose focus on there's a relationship here, there's a relationship here, and somehow there's a relationship here with a twist that also brings into this other circle that pieces all of this together. But because you have that extra circle in the circle, a donut, it locks it together to where this is amazing. This is so airtight. Where my second favorite one is Long Shot. I love that movie. That's a sweet, sweet movie. Kind of bitter to swallow just because that shit would never fucking happen, but it's sweet to think about. Whereas Crazy Stupid Love, I can absolutely see a guy who's in a loveless relationship and his wife just flat out told him, I want a divorce. Do you know why I want a divorce? Because I slept with somebody. David Lindhagen. He goes to a bar and he's just a sad dude with just when Ryan Gosling just basically says you're wearing a 42 large when you should be wearing a 40, or you're wearing a 44 when you should be wearing a 42 regular. What are you drinking? Cranberry juice? Stop sucking on the straw. It looks like you're smoking on a little schwanz. Is that what you want? Then they're in the gym together. Ryan Gosling just naked. Do you have to have your pants on? What? You embarrassed thinking my schwanz is right in your face? No? Well, you should be embarrassed because it is right in your face. That just cuts to the sauna and he's still just Captain Morganing it right in Carell's face. It's fantastic. I mean, if this movie didn't happen and you still had The Big Short with Christian Bale and about the crash that happened in 2007/2008, I'm still going to say that the two best leads in that is Gosling and Steve Carell. I think because they're in this movie together, somehow, because in The Big Short, those two characters don't interact at all, except for like maybe one quick scene, but it's in an auditorium. It makes just because that one small scene, it makes that movie just better because of this film, because they work so well together. This is Gosling's and Stone's second movie together out of 3. It was Gangster Squad, which is an underrated movie with Josh Brolin and Sean Penn. Check it out, 2013. Then you had, this is their first one, because you had this in 2011, then Gangster Squad, and then, obviously their biggest one, La La Land. Their chemistry is brilliant, man. I feel like this is the movie where Emma Stone no longer was looked at, that one girl from Superbad, into not only a semi-household name, but one to go, oh, this young woman has something, and we're not done seeing her by a long shot. This year, 2024, will be her second nomination, and she's got a very good chance of winning it with Poor Things. This woman just can't be stopped. She is the redhead Margot Robbie. Like a very, very pretty face with way more talent than looks. If that's possible with those two actresses. Fight me if you want. Emma Stone's hot. Just as hot as Margot Robbie. I fucking said it. She gave me the jibbers and Superbad. Fucking sue me. Whereas Memento, man, a movie literally talking backwards to you, taking everything in reverse, shooting a guy in the head, the bullet comes out, the guy yells of just don't, but he's gonna die, credits. And that some dude, black and white, shirtless, is talking to some guy on the phone, and basically this is gonna be, okay, this is a monologue. Is this a flashback? Is this a flash forward? Watching it again, I still can't tell because I know the movie is going backwards. Carrie-Anne Moss is so fucking good in this. It sucks that all she really has is the lawyer in Jessica Jones, this, and Trinity, but just Matrix. And even then, I'm kind of like, yeah, you're the fucking crush the one has on? Really? All right, man. She probably had a great personality on the ship when the camera wasn't fucking on her. I don't know. This is damn, man. Well, I guess I just have to. The first time I ever watched Crazy Stupid Love, what I got from it was that was charming as hell. I am going to rewatch this, and I know I'm going to remember this for a very long time. And this just impacted me in that it's a feel-good movie, but it takes you through not dark stuff, but situations where regular people can really understand why this person is going through that. And of all ages, because you have the middle age of what Carell and not Melissa Joan Hart, get your fucking shit together. Julianne Moore, Jesus fucking Christ. Julianne Moore and Kevin Bacon, you have all that. If you don't want that, then it's like the 20s and 30s relationship of single life of I can get any girl I want, and maybe it doesn't make me happy, but I'm just having fun now. And then the night is supposed to go like that with this one girl, but it doesn't. And now I'm glad it doesn't because I'm getting to know her. And I'm glad I'm getting to know her. And man, I want to see this girl more and more. And oh shit, the guy I've been having a relationship with, no matter what it is, that's his daughter. Oh fuck, man, I gotta earn his trust while he already knows who I am. So my real test is to win his love so I can earn her love. And it's just a bit, I made this fucking hurdle for myself, and I have to. There is no other way. I have to jump over this. Or the lonely kid who just has a crush on a girl, and in this case, a babysitter, What guy didn't think of his babysitter? What guy just didn't, whenever those nights start and you just start telling your mom, hey, I'm going to start doing my laundry. No, I got it. If you touch one of these tube socks, they will break like liquid nitrogen has been all of them, because in a way they have. It was very cold in my room, Mom. Get your shit together. See, now you thought it was about a little boy jerking off. Well, really, it's about a mother who can't pay her fucking bills. Don't judge. But the little boy just basically, I give up love because the person who I want doesn't want to love me. And it takes, again, full circle, it takes what the father is going through for him to teach his son, no, this is, you have to fight for it. Because if you don't fight for it, then what is the point of living? And that's fucking beautiful, man. I mean, I can't tell you how many times Angel and I have been through a pickle, sometimes a goddamn zucchini of a situation in life, and then somehow we just suck it right down, move on, soldier on, and we're better for it. I mean, been with her this year 9 years. I would wear her pick number 3, my lord. So I think I know which one I'm going for, and I'm trying not to convince myself, well, because this is easily the better movie. I understand it might be the better movie, but is it more of my favorite one? And like I said, Crazy Stupid Love, after walking out of that, I got so much joy out of it. Walking out of Memento, as soon as it was done, I immediately watched it again. And when Angel came home from work, this was years ago, when I had time to myself, before children, I told her, hey, get whatever you need to get, go shower up, dinner, and then you gotta watch this fucking movie. She watched it. She was like, that's amazing. And then I went to bed, and that either that late that night or the next morning, I watched it again. Like, I couldn't get enough of this. And I feel like that right there should be the caveat, that I want to go back to Crazy Stupid Love, but I also want it to fester. Like, it's a very good scotch. It's a very, very good scotch that will just never disappoint you, and it will always be there for you, for either for celebrations, for sorrow, or if you just want to say hello. Shocker. And it always just gives me hope, and it always just makes me smile. Memento is cocaine. You take one hit, you're like, I gotta have some fucking more. It's going to take something stupid like, you need to go to sleep. You've been doing this all night. Yeah, but it's so good. This breaks my heart. It has to be Memento, man. It has to be Memento. Crazy Stupid Love is fantastic. Cocaine? Where is Memento? Okay. I don't want to do it, but I have to. Okay. Memento. I must be on my goddamn mind, reminiscing about Charlie Murphy and come kicking my ass. Ain't that a bee? Oh shit! Was that I don't know if any comments just came through or not. Was that a good choice? Does somebody agree with that? Does somebody want to slit my throat? Or are you like, fuck yeah, Memento wins? I wish I could be whichever side. I wish I could be 100% on every side. Woohoo, Memento wins. Fuck yeah. I wish I could be your side, but either way, it's going to be either way. That was Sophie's choice, basically. That was a hard one. But if it was real quick before moving on, If it was, and I'm just going to go through his entire filmography. If it was Crazy Stupid Love versus Insomnia, oh, that's a tough one too. Shit. I don't want to get into it. It might be Insomnia taking that. If it was Batman Begins, probably Crazy Stupid Love. Dark Knight's taking it. Dark Knight Rises, Crazy Stupid Love is taking it. That was 2012. Interstellar, ooh. Interstellar has a lot to go with. I mean, Hans Zimmer coming out with another fucking banger in the club with Corn Chase. Who hasn't just grind on a perfect ass while listening to do. Like, fuck yeah, Bacardi. What's up, Murph? It would probably have to be Interstellar, but that one might go to Crazy Stupid Love. All right, so that's 2014. So the next one would be Dunkirk. Yeah, Crazy Stupid Love. That was 15, I believe. So the one after that would be 2017. I feel like I'm missing one. Dunkirk, something, and then Tenet. Oh, fuck me, Inception. Inception's taking that. Easily. Inception's taking that. And I have so much to talk about that movie. I can't wait to be talking about that movie. And then Dark Knight. 2012 was Dark Knight Rises. 14 was Interstellar. Yeah, okay, so 17 was Dunkirk. Then Tenet. Yeah, Crazy Stupid Love's Tenet. Oppenheimer? Oh. That's interesting because... Yeah, it'd be Oppenheimer. Yeah. Move. Come on, you got to move on. Fuck, man, I don't want to let it go now. Yeah, it'd be Oppenheimer. Like the cinephile in me is saying it must be this, and that voice is way louder than just my emotional connection. With this is a bracket within a bracket. Sorry, people. When I get like a director that doesn't have a lot of movies, like Spielberg has a lot of movies. When it's like 15 or less, I sometimes go, okay, well, which one of theirs would do that? Shit, man. All right, so we got Blade versus Memento. Let's get the bad out of the way. So let's start with Blade because I feel like that's easier, low-hanging fruit. The fight at the end, it was bullshit. I mean, let's be real. It was really dumb, really dumb CGI. Really dumb CGI that didn't need to be in there. The council is a lot of punk bitches because they don't do much and they're manhandled very easily, and they basically die like just poor scumbags that never had a chance because they fucking didn't. Like, I don't really have anything else because other than that, this movie is fucking great. Deacon Frost is a great villain. I can't remember his goddamn name. He had a sitcom. He was basically the vampire where in the beginning, Blade cuts his arm off. He gets sent to, and then burned to a crisp. He gets sent to the hospital. He wakes up, bites the really hot black actress, black character, like her colleague, bites him and then runs off, and bites her and then runs off. That dude, I don't know where I was going with this, but he's fucking fantastic. Wesley Snipes is goddamn great, dude. What's his name? Whistler, Chris Christopherson. There's been one thing every time people talk about this movie. There's like one little thing that just really annoys me about that character. And it's got nothing to do with Chris Christopherson. It's got nothing to do with Whistler. Whistler, not Whistler. Whistler. It's Headley. It's with Whistler is. There's just a little moment. He's fueling up Blade's car. I feel like I'm not the only one who has this like, really, dude? He's filling up his car. These fuckers hunt vampires. They have to be on their toes 24/7, and they really don't give a shit about their own lives. Let's get that out of the way, okay? He's filling up Blade's car, but he does it to where, hey, I'm going to take this out, hold the nozzle, so there's like just fucking gas going everywhere, and then I'll put it in, but he's going to miss a couple times, kind of like when we're drunk on tequila, and we're just like, where is the keyhole? There it is. Gotcha. And then immediately takes out a cigarette and hits the lighter, and it's just like, you didn't think that was a bad fucking idea at all? You're probably covered in fumes right now. You're really going to have a fucking... that's fine. You want to smoke, dude. Who gives a shit? You hunt vampires. Have meth because you deserve it. Can you just back the fuck up? Literally take a step to the left. That's all I'm asking. Otherwise, you're going to blow everybody up. It doesn't matter if this broad is going to... Like, Blade might survive. You ain't. So if you don't give a fuck about your life, I mean, I know you can't run, and that's sad, but come on, bro. I like his death when he says, just give me the goddamn gun, stupid son of a bitch. And Blade doesn't even blink, not even when he hears a gunshot. Boom! And it's just... it was never clear why he did that. Did they bite him and he was about to turn? Or did they just beat the shit out of him and he's so damaged up that it would be more of a burden on Blade to take care of him? Not just send him to the hospital, but just be like, well, you're banged up, now I got to deal with this for X amount of days or whatever. So in order to save you the time, Blade, I'm just going to off myself. Or if he got bit, so now I have to kill myself because I'm a hypocrite and you're going to have to kill me. It was never clear on that. And there's another part where Deacon Frost is up. The scene where it's daylight, he has like a little girl by the throat, and he's like, yeah, I just put sunscreen on and I'm good as long as I stay in the shade. And it's just, why you need humans? If you can get out in the shade, why do you need humans at all? You can't just go out during like a rainy, cloudy day and just put on this shit and maybe just, I don't know, have an umbrella when it's outside raining. Like, you didn't think about that at all? You can't go indoors during the sunlight. You have to stay zero sunlight at all. Well, clearly not if you have this fucking shit on your face. So why do you need humans? I don't get it. Other than that, dude, as an entrance of the first time I watched this movie, my friend just said, hey, have you seen Blade? And I was like, I don't know anything about that. I didn't even see the cover. He just puts it in. Amazing 90s trailers comes up. I think one of them was for Armageddon. Oh, that was fucking great. I was like, what's that movie? And it's a Die Hard guy. Oh shit! And I put it in. It gets to the movie, and it's all I see is this dude with this really hot girl just grabbing his junk, and I was like, is this one of those? I mean, I'm 8, 9 at this point. I'm like, did this fucking creep just show me a titty film? I had no idea what it was. They go to this one place. There's all these weird, like, dancing people around, and this poor fucking son of a bitch I'm basically him because I'm kind of confused. I'm getting a little scared too. And now some fucking crazy whore just hissed at him like she's a goddamn cat, and I'm thinking, okay, are these werewolves? And then I see behind the DJ, bloodbath. All the blood comes down. I'm going, what the fuck is going on, dude? You have no idea. He falls down, and because the entire club is low lit and there's lights, and the only bright lights you see are flashing, raving lights. So your mind immediately goes to, subconsciously, it does for me, that if you see those, you mean this is a dark place, to a bathroom with white tiles, and it's very lit, it's lit very brightly. And in that, is all black. All it's fucking Wesley Snipes. Let's be real. Let's not be children about this, but all black, just like figure that's just looking down at him, and darkness, everybody, it's darkness. Darkness is here. Darkness is spreading. Because of my complexion, he used to call me my brother Darkness. This is long before Wesley Snipes. So fucking, I have no idea who this character is, and all of a sudden he starts whipping ass over all these fucking people. Dude, that shot when he takes that like S boomerang thing and the camera just zips around and he catches it again and he just smiles. Or when he has this in the same scene, that same dude who gets burnt to a crisp, he takes his steak gun out, Blade shoots him, the arm catches, and this is all he does. Ha! Serious face. It's the little things like that that just make him go, dude, you're hitting every cheesy note perfectly, but you're giving the cheese whiz just enough of a push for this one cracker of a moment. And you're doing such a good job at it. I don't know how Cheese Whiz is art. Wesley Snipes just made it up in my mind that I just made up too. Dude, Memento is so fucking good though. Backwards like that. You have no idea where this story's going. Let's get the bad out of the way for this. The obvious one, and just like Blade, the only one, he has short-term memory loss. How does he know he has short-term memory loss? I get that. It's kind of like, if there's no ring, then there's no story. You must need that. You have to take some necessary leap of faith points in order to get the audience on here so the story can just fucking continue. Without, I'm trying to like look at a movie and just, I can pick out anything and go, without that, without Knives Out, without the death of Hartley, there is no fucking film. Without, shit. Can't think of one. It doesn't matter. You understand what I'm trying to say. So taking that aside, okay, we're on board. We understand he gets it. We understand he knows it, and he gets it. The fact that even though, okay, you have that aspect, even though he's talking about this guy named Jerry who does not know he has this disease, and he keeps giving his wife insulin, and the wife just keeps letting it happen to figure out that was him. Not only that, to also figure out he caught the guy. And Joe Pescinelli, Pangelium, you don't know who the fuck I'm talking about. Cypher. That's who I know him as. Or the bail bonnet from Midnight Express. He's a great character actor. Or the fucking cat. Bad Boys. You two, what is your job description? TNT. Tactical Narcotics Team. Tactical. It's about finesse, about achieving a goal. 42 cars and a boat. How did you sink a boat? We actually didn't sink one. Woosah! So fucking good. All right, moving on. Oh, god damn you, ADD. Fuck you. He is fan-fucking-tastic as Teddy. Page turns, they were not. Brandon, my sir, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm almost done. I'm talking about Blade versus Memento. He figures all that out. He figures out that him and Teddy have already got the guy who killed it, who took away his life and took away his wife, in some cases, his entire life. But to be the villain of your own story, to burn that page and to kill Teddy so this purpose can keep going on. As a man, I get that. I understand of you doing whatever it takes to keep you on this path because this is my purpose. Without my purpose, what am I? Especially that I'm good with this certain skill that I have of just kind of finding people and organizing the best way I can. If I tell myself you don't need to do that anymore, how do I go on with life? I'm gonna need help, and I don't want that. I'm good at what I'm doing, and I'm probably gonna die trying with this anyways, especially when Teddy's gone. Not that I ever wanted a sequel to this movie. However, it would be interesting to see at least a script, at the very least into a book of just what happens to him. Does he continue on? Does he just find piece of shit to piece of shit that the guys that Teddy claims him and Clarence was his name? I forget Guy Pearce's name. Were taking down, just scumbags. Okay, but if you're lying about who he is, Teddy, then how else can we trust you that these were real criminals and not just people you wanted dead? There's a difference. Blade is so goddamn good, though. I cannot think of one line that has nothing to do with the movie in Memento that is the best movie. That makes absolutely no sense. And because it's coming from Wesley Snipes, I don't care. It's a pass. It fucking works because you have sold me this entire way. Do whatever you want. I don't give a shit. You met my parents. You were charming as hell. You opened up my doors. You tucked me into bed. If you want to just grab my hair and make me call you daddy, fine. I don't care. Go ahead. Make me call you daddy. Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill. Oh, daddy, thank you so much. I didn't know I needed it, and you gave it to me anyways. Oh, dumbest line in movie history. And somehow it's one of the best. You don't get that Memento. It's a very just deconstructive, constructive movie that somehow Nolan just figured out, saw the blueprint of a movie, and then just said, I'm going to Inception this script. And that's going to work. What? How is that going to work? Watch, motherfucker. And he does. Your first fucking movie. I would understand if his first movie was Insomnia and then it was Memento going, oh, this guy's going places. But even still, with starting out with Memento and going, oh shit, and then your second one being that, the only way I can think that beats it is Tarantino with Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. No matter which one you say, which one is better, to come out with those two is kind of like, god damn, man, because Fincher, and I'm not talking about Alien. I'm not talking about the Alien because he didn't direct it. Let's be real. He didn't direct it. The studio directed it. His name just so happens to be after director, : with Seven and then The Game, that ain't, like, it's not great. It's not bad, but it's kind of like, well, clearly your first one was better. PTA with Boogie Nights and then son of a bitch. God damn it. Came out in 2000. It came out in 2001. I can't remember the fucking name of it. But Boogie Nights was clearly better. I mean, at least for me, it was clearly better. And I can do this on and on with so many other directors. But with Nolan, for that to be your second one, where it's not as good, it's still like you're on this trajectory where we're not gonna be the end. We've definitely not seen the end of you at all. His next film is Batman Begins. This guy just does not fucking stop. If it wasn't for Memento, we would have gotten Oppenheimer. He deserved to do Inception. He deserved to do Interstellar. He deserved to do Oppenheimer. He deserved to do the Batman trilogy. I'll say it, easily the best, at the very least, easily the best trilogy of any comic book movie. And that includes the trilogies inside the MCU. So Captain America, Thor, Guardians. Well, Thor now has 4, so that really doesn't count, unless you don't want to count Love and Thunder. A lot of people fucking don't. Iron Man, All those. It beats. I mean, Superman has 4, but even if you cut that one off, Batman still wins because Superman 3 sucks. It just does. It's not good. To come out the gate like that, man, it's a very lightning in a bottle achievement. You don't see that often. And for that, my answer is going to have to be Memento. Memento is going to go over Blade with this. Blade is a fantastically fun movie. However, I always ask myself, is Blade 2 better? Whereas Memento, and this is a little unfair, every one of Nolan's films is so different that I can't really say, well, which one's the best. He is the Slipknot of film for me, which is I'm seeing all these records and I'm going, which one is the best album of Slipknot? And I can't pick one because they're all so vastly different in their own way. Even the Dark Knight trilogy movies, every one of his films is vastly different than the other one. When it comes to the trilogies, maybe not vastly, maybe not that much of an exaggeration, but for damn sure a different tone in all three. And that damn sure matters for all the other ones. Even the ones I'm not that big of a fan of, Tenet and Dunkirk, they're still really good movies. They have a specific tone to it that keeps it the entire way. My opinion of if I like it does not and should not take away of the fact that every one of his movies has been a spectacular, well-made movie. And it starts with this one, and that's why I'm going to have to give this the win. I know Blade was the first R-rated movie, long before Deadpool, comic book movie, and I honestly believe it. If this isn't made, maybe you don't get X-Men. I mean, if that worked, maybe the studio might have said, okay, well, they went R, why don't you go R? Or maybe said, okay, that went R. What if we made PG-13 more kids, but we still try our best to keep the tone as gritty as possible? And Singer knocked it out of the park with that. And then fucking followed up with 2. And then you had Spider-Man. I really don't think that those beginning years of those Marvel movies do not happen without Blade. However, you don't get the rest of Nolan's filmography if it doesn't start with Memento. And I feel like that line of those lines of films versus the line of Marvel films are not only more important to me, but have something much deeper to say. Therefore, Memento is the winner. This has been a crazy episode. It has been a fun one. This is exactly why I like doing this. Gotta be honest, I really don't like the theme. I like exactly what this is, random bracket battles, but it is so much fun. Justin Toner, my man, has said, I enjoy Blade, but I also would go with Memento. I with all due respect, it's because you have good taste. I'm not saying Blade's a bad movie. It's just I know what you like, and I respect what you like, and I can understand why a gentleman like you would go, yeah, Memento takes the win too. But I know it would have been just as hard for you too. Suck it, Blade! Says, I love Gray blowing up, still one of my favorite comic book film adaptations. It's still good, man. I mean, if we could have a watch along with it right now, I'm in, dude. I'm totally in. It's so much fun. All right, I got to wrap this up. Memento is a film that the medical schools used to learn amnesia. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Thank you very much, Justin, and thank you everybody who tuned in for today's episode. I appreciate it. I love doing this. Thank you to the wonderful Tvshka for producing today and putting that amazing clip. I can't wait for next week so I can see it again. So until next time, thank you everybody, and I'll see you later.